Y'all, it's your girl Black Pop the gatekeeper, cattiest bitch around, Queen Envy, Queen Measy, Queen Mo, the new wave, and I'm back. I know y'all like my shirt. Today we're gonna be talking about why I hate female rap, part 5. And this time I'm serious, like, it's time to bring these bitches to the front of the church of the congregation. And when it comes to female rap, right now, that's where most of the attention is going when it comes to the entertainment industry. And I feel like that's why it's time for us to call judgment on them, because it's not because we're impressed. It's just because y'all are just so distracting that it feels like a long ass commercial break that we're waiting for it to end until the real superstar comes. Because at this point, it's not, we only give you numbers because we're bored. And it's not because we're actually impressed, because people only talk about female rap because of what y'all do for a living, not because of who y'all are. Because when it comes down to who y'all are a bunch of women who sleep with their friend's man, sleep with their sister's man, gets a pregnant person jumped over a married man that's not even married to you. Got a baby daddy putting your sexual health on blast. Motherfuckers can't even pronounce music right. And it's just the fact that when certain things just look 10 times worse when a woman falls short academically, because when Key Glock says Merzik, it doesn't look as worse as it does when Glorilla says Merzik. It's like, oh my God, this bitch is so fucking dumb. And as women, you're only looked at as better than a man or worse than a man. It's no in between, because now that y'all have become the new niggas with money, you have actually become worse human beings than actual men. And this is why we have to have a real conversation about female rap and their womanhood, because they're trying to lead with quantity, which is numbers and money like a man, instead of quality, which is your character and who you are and what you actually represent. Because y'all music and y'all presentation ain't good enough for y'all to get away with the shit that y'all been doing, and enough time has passed for us to see why a woman will always be better than a man. A woman is supposed to always be better than a man, because you are the ultimate judge of how everyone's life goes. And when you're self-studied enough and you know what you want, all you have to be is just a good example. A man is here to help assist you and to work hard. You're not here to work hard. You are here to make sure things go right and make sure that there is still a higher moral compass ground for things in this life. Because when you get even with a man, you have become worse than him because of all the power and influence that you have just by yourself. And truthfully, this is why I like the industry better when it was one girl at a time, because all men are the same, but there could only be one good example. Because as we can see, a lot of women don't care that they have to be an example, because you give birth to children, and a lot of them are too busy trying to one-up a man. And it's just like, when you give birth to that child and he's at work, all that child knows is you. I liked it when it was one girl at a time, because a lot of y'all do not know how to handle men, so you rather get even with them and become worse than them. I liked it when it was one girl at a time, because a lot of y'all don't care to present yourself a certain way, so you rather wear a bonnet in public, which breeds more women doing that. So when MegTheStallion gets caught up for sleeping with 3 of her best friend's men, and other regular women see that, they're gonna think it's not that big of a deal, because she's MegTheStallion, and because she's pretty rich and famous, that she should be able to get away with that. And if regular people can at least have 2 of those things that Megan has, they're gonna think that they can get away with it. So they're gonna think, if at least they're pretty and they have money, that they should be forgiven by tricking off on their friend, even if it costs an arm and a leg. And when they do something like that, they're only showing you that they value money more than they value the pain that they have caused you. So when Latto gets caught up for sleeping with a married man who's friends with her sister's man, and they did a joint album together, and Latto, you still go behind your sister's back and sleep with your sister's man who's friends with the married man you were sleeping with, not only that, you go ahead and get that married man's side chick jumped because she got pregnant for this married man you're sleeping with who's not even married to you. You don't even have the humility to clear that up. Like, that's too big of an allegation to just run with and be like, oh, I'm a millionaire, it doesn't matter, believe the blogs. That's too close to home. Like, your sister should love you enough to be like, my sister would never do that, to at least clear your name. Because now you got that stain on you. You got that stench because it's bigger than just trying to have your name in the blogs all the time. You know, this is real life. And when it comes to Drake, the only person that won was Sexy Red, because she had that nigga cashing the fuck out every fucking week. Remember when Drake was tricking off on Sexy Red Heavy? I was like, yes, bitch. That's why I like her. On Boss Up, she was like, cash me out, Drake. Ice me up, Drake. You need a real hood bitch that's in the left ring. I taught you how to fuck. Because when you keep it real, you get the bragging rights, the gifts, trips, and the dick. Allegedly. And when it comes to the Mulatto sisters, all they got was a bad name. And then Latto had the nerve to call herself the female Drake. Bitch, you are not the female Drake. You are not a deep thinker. And when it comes to you, Mulatto, you're such a follower and you have no identity. And your whole rap career is based off of you as a white woman cosplaying hood bitches. Like, that's why you came out as Mulatto. And then you was Nunu from you're Nunu from ATL, but in reality everybody knows Nunu was never really from the hood. Then she was the rap Mariah Carey, and then she was the female Drake when you're not even a deep enough of a thinker to even compare yourself to Drake. And then in the Brokey video, that's why she put Alabama Baker to have a solo shot by herself, because the message she's trying to send to y'all niggas is that she really identifies with being a white woman. Ha ha. And here she's disrespecting a black man, making him plead and embarrassing him, you know, putting her hand in his face, trying to make him look less than, while she's writing the white man. Here she is, putting a black man's hand in the blender, chopping his hand up with aggression. When you look at that video, here she's like making that ugly face at the black man while riding the white man. And then here she is with the dark hair while eating a black man. It's just like, her as a rapper is just starting to become offensive. It's just like, nah, I see right through the whole thing. And everything with Mulatto is really strictly about race play. So bitch, own it the same way you own being a millionaire. And with the occupation that you're in, Mulatto, with the way you carry yourself and what you've done, it sets the tone for other women to be looked at the same way they look at you. And I'm here to say that everyone is not gonna stoop as low as you have. And you'll never be pretty enough to get away with fucking your sister's man. You're just a rapper, and your music not even good enough for that to let you pass. And you're just not a real artist. And when we see Glorilla in these baggy ass clothes talking about how much she hates men, it only means she's not mature enough to understand one, which means that breeds more masculine women who can't pronounce music. Doechii, you're not pretty. And that's why you're better off as a lesbian anyway. It's just, at the end of the day, I'm the only person that could say that because I'm dark skinned. Anybody else is not allowed to say that. And truthfully, that gray suit and tie getup puts me to sleep and makes me not want to listen to you or look at you even more. God, I can't even say this without a fucking straight face. Jesus Christ. Oh God, okay. And that's why her team plays with her look so much, because they know she's not pretty. Remember when she had like one red eye contact? Like, no. And she knows she's not pretty. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's 2025. It's a new age and it's a new generation. It's time to turn over a new leaf. And I'm the only person who can say who's ugly and who's not because I'm dark skinned, okay? Look, my fight is way deeper and I see things way deeper than everyone else. That's why I'm the final judge. And that's why shit is so fucked up now. Because people not telling y'all motherfuckers what y'all really are. Like, Sexy Red, we see why you said fuck your baby daddy. Because he been putting your sexual health on blast. And this is why we cannot normalize the baby mama, baby daddy lifestyle because of what you have to deal with. Because he doesn't respect you enough in a certain sense. Cardi B, you made gangbanging mainstream. You're the one who took your shoes off on stage, and then everybody else started doing that. And then when they see you and they see Sexy Red with that money in their hand, they're gonna think that gangbanging is the way out, and it's not. And at first, it was only men gangbanging. Now that we see women getting famous and being affiliated in that way, it's going to lead to everybody just being terrible. And it's like, who is going to be good? This is why we have to point this out. And the balance just has to be brought back. And Suki, you only pushed being a hoe because you know you're ugly. Because you were never a real prostitute. And the truth is, we can't let people that were just desperate for fame ever call themselves pretty, because there's a difference between being destined and desperate. And we can't let desperate, ugly people get away with just because they got fame that they can call themselves pretty, because when she take that makeup off, she still be looking weird. And no, I'm not going to put Suki's pretty pictures up here. Why? Because she only goes viral when she's doing dumb shit like this. So let me portray her the way she likes to be seen for, the way she likes to go viral. Because in reality, yes, she does this shit because she knows she's ugly and she's desperate for attention by any means necessary. And we can't let ugly people get away with calling themselves pretty just because they became famous and got a better makeup artist and switch your wigs. No, we can still see you're ugly because they too are materialistic and think they could talk to people any kind of way. And that's why we have to remind certain people that they're still ugly. And it's not, oh, you're not ugly, you're just broke. The real saying is, you're still ugly, you just got money now. Because now that the damage has been done and everything's, people are a certain type of way now, we see that all of that was for nothing. And you led people into such a wrong direction. And it's just like, all their excuses is, oh, I'm not a role model. Yeah, because you're a follower. And that's what female rap represents. Because back in the day in high school, the bitches that was real hoes was always ugly ass bitches, because you'll do anything to get some masculine attention. Because when you're a pretty bitch, you don't have to be so damn desperate and forward for attention. And that's why Suki's the one who started the trend of bitches taking their wig off, because that's how desperate she is. Like, you'll do anything for attention. And even now, motherfuckers still don't really respect Suki the way they respect Sexy Red. Like, nobody's really checking for Suki's music, like how they used to when social media was hacked and everybody's numbers were bigger than what they actually were. And even with Doechii, like when she got the Grammy, it was very underwhelming because she's not pretty, you know. And truly, as a lady of the night, as a real 304, as a real prostitute, I take care of men. Suki is just very desperate to be seen and, just to get anything. Because people that are ugly know they're ugly. And the bottom line is you can't get away with calling yourself pretty just because you hit a lick. And when these female rappers get tired of portraying themselves a certain type of way because they're rich or they just have children, they're going to start looking down on all the girls that they have led down this road that don't have nowhere to turn to or no one to look up to because they didn't make it to being famous gangbangers, liars that sleep with their friend's man and get pregnant, people beat up like them, because that's what female rap truly is at this point in this generation. And since they can't control men, they hate men. So the only way to control a man is to become a baby mama and abuse their power from that standpoint. And these female rappers are still not elevating us on a global standpoint because they think it's about them. Because they're just rappers. They're not real artists. Real art is used to express certain truths and suppressed emotions that are still pure. And that's why as women, as artists, it's mainly based around sex because the woman's body is the truth. The woman's body is the future. Because when Nicki Minaj came out saying that she liked girls too, it was just true for everyone. Because if it was a man who would have said it, it would have just be seen as gay. If a man would have said he wanted a threesome, it would just be seen as greedy. And the message I see with Nicki being that person to free the gays in that way is saying it's okay to love who you are. It's okay to love your own kind and be happy within who you are because gay does mean happy. And Nicki freeing the gays in that way by admitting it is truly what led to the LGBTQ community having their voice, because if a man was to do it, it wouldn't have been respected the same way. And that's why LGBTQ is so obsessed with female rap, because Nicki is the one who freed them. Nicki's the one who is the savior in a sense. And that's why they're obsessed with female rap, because they're looking for y'all to free us in that way, to free us sexually. And they can't do that. All they keep doing is reheating the same food, because it goes, sexuality is bigger than just, the same sex or, the same vanilla sex. It's time to take it to another level. You know what I mean? Daddy, and now that LGBTQ has finally got their voice, enough time has passed for us to see that all y'all wanted was to just be able to publicly love each other, and be cute. So it's safe to say that as trans women, like, you can't compare yourself to a real woman, because when it comes down to actually having children, a lot of y'all don't want to have the responsibility of a newborn, and that is why you can never compare yourself to a real woman. So just respect us and just respect it for that. And I don't want to, and there's nothing to argue or debate about, because it took a real woman to free you in this way, not a trans woman and not a gay man. Nicki Minaj is who freed y'all. So respect that. Because just like a woman with money who doesn't want to have kids, she could never be the example the same way a trans woman who doesn't want to have kids can't be the example, because you don't want to be responsible for that. So, it just goes deeper than what we're seeing when it comes to female rap and just women in general and our place in this world, and why it's very important for us, well, for specific women, to just take the responsibility for certain things, because we have no choice, like a lot of, like everyone else does, you know. So this is why I hate female rap part 5. And you know, we're gonna get into some more deeper topics and more fun, juicy topics, because it's really truly time to talk about the sex of it all, because that is what a lot of people are trying to avoid. So I'm gonna go to bed. It's 3 a.m., you know. And you know, as Queen DMV, I only come when it's time to speak. I'm not a frivolous ass, oh my God, I'm chasing numbers. No, I'm the person that comes when it's important. You know, that's me. So it is what it is. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Love you.